Hey guys, welcome to a brand new week. Please excuse the way I look right now. It's my day off and I really did not feel like trying today. I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel that way. When they have a day off, they don't want to see anybody, they just don't try. It's good to have some of those days. I already finished editing the vlog. It's exporting now. I woke up kind of late because what happened yesterday was daylight savings. I lost sleep, and you know me, my body for some reason needs to make up the sleep or I don't function properly. So I made it up. I still woke up around 11. Still later than what I've usually been doing because I said my sleeping schedule's kind of been fixed. I guess you can say that, but in general, my sleeping schedule is always very, very fragile. It can just go haywire very easily. Anyway, same old, same old. This week's going to be a little different because my days off are a little different than usual. I still got my day off, which is normal, but my next day off is on Wednesday instead of Thursday. So it does change things because I'm going to hate this week because starting on Thursday, I'm working 6 days in a row because my manager's going on vacation and I need to be at work on certain days to make sure things are done. Basically, technically, if she planned it a little better, I don't have to work 6 days in a row, but, you know, it could be a lot of work in her mind, so that's why she didn't think it through. Honestly, if she had moved my day off to a Monday and a Friday, I don't have to work 6 days in a row. Because now I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So, a lot of days in a row. Basically because Saturday and Sunday we need to have a manager there because on Sunday payroll is due and a manager needs to do it. Saturday is the busiest day of the week usually, so they want a manager to be closing that day, so that's why I'm there. And then Monday there are conference calls in the morning and one manager has to be on there, and that's me because she's on vacation. And finally Tuesday there is a meeting as always, and there needs to be a manager there, so that's why I have to work all those days. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are must works. Oh, sorry, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays are all have to be there. So in that case, I would just make sure my Friday was not working, like, so that I don't have to work 6 days in a row. So it's just that kind of analyzing. You know I have to work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So those 4 days are off limits. So take my Friday off so that I don't have to work. Anyway, that's my little rant. That's what I have done in that situation. But yeah, so that means on tomorrow I'm going to have to get everything set. Because Wednesday, I'm going to make sure I spend enough time with Yuna because that means Yuna suffers a little bit this week because that means I'm not with her for 5-6 days in a row. So Wednesday, I'm going to make it very important that I spend a lot of time with her, go to a dog park, make it about her, and then that way she'll be a little better for the rest of the week, plus more. And then Tuesday night, I'm going to get off work and buy all the groceries I need because I can't go grocery shopping on those 6 days because I work in the middle of the day and everything's closed by the time I get off work, so it's kind of annoying. So Tuesday I go to grocery shop, I gotta buy dog food for Yuna, I gotta pick some stuff at Walmart, I gotta go to TNT, let's get all that stuff done on Tuesday. That Wednesday is all about Yuna. I'm a very responsible dog owner. Okay, so I think I am set for supplies, groceries, food for the next 6 days because, as I think I've mentioned, I am working 6 days in a row, and because my shifts are always right in the middle of the day, everything's closed by the time I get off, or about to close. So I'm prepped, and basically I got home from work, walked to Yuna, and then I stopped by. Actually, no, before I came home, I went to pick up some dog food for Yuna because I was running really low. I went to Walmart to pick something up. I'll show you guys in a minute. And then I came home, took a little break, and then I walked to Yuna, took a long walk, bought some groceries. So the fridge is full now. Sorry I didn't show it because I was in a rush to eat because I was really hungry and I didn't want my food to get cold. So I shoved everything in my fridge and then that. So yeah, our dog food, and then I got Yuna some bananas. I got her some dental sticks, so she'll be happy for the next 6 days while I am basically in and out, not spending a lot of time with her. But granted, tomorrow I will be spending the whole day with her, going to a dog park, playing with her a lot, so I don't feel guilty the next 6 days when I'm stuck at work. So yeah, at Walmart, I bought things I wasn't supposed to. I didn't buy any groceries or anything. I ended up buying things I'm not supposed to. I'll show you. If you remember, I bought my nephew the ice cream truck Lego thing. Well,
I got myself one too. But the catch is, I spent a lot less money. Because at Walmart, this was on sale, and I only spent, I think, like $10 on it. So, take that Lego store. I think the Lego store is just, how do you say, a trap. There's rarely sales in there. Whereas, I'm guessing Walmart, when they're running out of shelf space, or they're running out of, like, they have new stuff coming in, they don't have room, they put things on sale. So, I know this was $25 at the Lego store. Walmart was $24.95, and then today got it for $11.95. So, yay! So, I wasn't supposed to pick this up, because I was actually there to pick up something else. But that was just a happy coincidence. I couldn't find any Pokemon cards for Takumi and I, so it's sad. I picked up a new Switch. Not a Pro controller, just a Switch enhanced wire controller. It's basically like my Pro controller, but the only difference of this one is I have to plug it in. And the best part of it is it's Pokemon themed. Look at this really cool Pikachu one. There was another one, but the colors didn't work for me. It was Pikachu and then it was red and blue, and yeah, it didn't really work out. Where this one was yellow and black, which fits Pikachu. But yeah, Pro controllers are usually like $80, I think, and they're really good. The battery life on those are really good. I don't have to charge my much, but I've noticed with my Pro controller, I'll show you guys. My Pro controller here, the left analog stick, it's not, sometimes it's not, doesn't function like perfectly. Like sometimes I'll push up like crazy, expecting my character to run, and then in the end I just see my character walk. So the sensor's not as good. I give it a good clean. It doesn't happen a lot, so maybe give another deep clean, it's fine. But it's not a big deal because I always wanted a second controller anyway, which now gives me 4. 1 Pro, 1 wired, and then 2 of the Joy-Cons. So I should have 4 now. But yeah, this one is wired though, and honestly, this might make me sound like an old man, but I do like things plugged in. Like even my gaming mouse, my Logitech one, that's a gaming one, it's actually wired too. I don't like using wireless. But yeah, look at that.
So as you saw, I had to literally put cold water on my eyes and not move, and I haven't touched my eyes all day, but I'm sounding very congested. Basically, I took Yuna out for a long walk, as I promised her, to the dog park. And it was windy, and you know, of course, there's lots of pollen in the air because it is spring. So yeah, I find that if I go outside during this time, I am screwed, as evident. But I needed to take her out. As I've mentioned, she needs to go out, or she's trapped 6 days with no entertainment. I'm still gonna walk her normally the 6 days, but I won't be able to spend so much time with her like I did today. I spent, I think, 2 hours out with her. It was a lot of fun. She was running. She played with other dogs a little bit because we all know he doesn't like socializing. And then we walked along the water. It was great. Got back to my car, drove. I had to stop while driving in the middle. I stopped, parked to the side to sneeze a bajillion times. I at least parked, I think, about 15 minutes. I was just sneezing nonstop. My eyes were on fire. So even if I don't touch my eyes still have that sensation. But the only difference is, if I don't touch it, I'm not rubbing the pollen into my eye. So if I go to the bathroom and wash my face with cold water, it's gone. The burning has calmed down completely. So there is benefits to not touching and rubbing your eyes during allergy season, because then if you rub it in, it's almost impossible to get it out. Whereas you don't touch it and you wipe it off, it's good. So that's my hint to those that are struggling a little bit. So I decided to do a quick review of the, what was it? The Pro controller that's not a Pro, for what it's called. But yeah, I've been using it for a couple days now, and in general, I'll give it a, hey, it's not bad, and it's also, hey, it's not great. Like, it basic functions. I didn't expect much, that's why I'm like, you know, it's okay. It's very light, like super light compared to the normal Pro ones that are wireless. It's like, because this has vibration, there's no vibration.
which is not a big deal to me because I'm not using this to play like games that are like hardcore or anything like Smash Brothers. I'm using it to play Pokemon. There's no action in Pokemon that needs to vibrate, so that's why it's fine. It makes sense. Pikachu's on it. So it's meeting its purpose of doing that, right? The only thing I don't like about this controller, the wire is really long, right? So it's definitely not the wire's fault. The only thing I don't like about this controller is the fact that there's these 3 buttons on the back here. Like, they don't do anything unless I assign anything. Like, they don't do anything unless I assign a function to it, like gaming mouses. The only annoyance is that if I'm holding it like this, like I'm playing video games, I can feel it on my fingers, and it's like, ooh, it feels weird. It's like when I'm gripping it, it just feels a little awkward. But after a few times of playing it, it's fine. I don't really notice it. But that was the only annoyance with this. Other than that, I'm happy with it. It does its job, and it looks cool, so can't complain. I am about to start editing a new video on a Friday night because I decided to use Friday nights as other project night. Take an hour and a half every Friday and start editing other videos because Monday is just for vlogs, and if I decide to do all editing on Monday, I think I'm gonna get burnt out and I'll get my priorities all wrong. Like, I'll do all my vlog on Monday, and then if I force myself to do this other videos and stuff, I might not do a good job because I might be exhausted, or like mentally, like, oh, I just used a lot of creative juices, I might be running low. So I figured me spreading it out was a good idea, but at the same time, I don't want to use my other day off of the week to edit. I do need a day to just chill with Yuna, play some video games, hang out with friends, that kind of thing. So Friday is a good one because even if I work late, it's not that bad, and I'm usually okay. I find myself, oh, I'm still in a really working mood, so I'm giving this a try for the first week, and it worked out very well. Here is my current setup. I was just recording some voiceover, and then, let's put it this way. I have mad props to people that do voiceover work. It's not easy, because if you I tried 2 methods. I tried to record everything in one go. I made a lot of mistakes, so I had to restart, and then if I restart, I have to say everything again. So I figured that's not going to work, because I screw up a lot, and I decided to break in the parts. Now that is easier, but trying to maintain the same amount of energy and speaking tone and voice throughout every single recording separately is very hard. So I can't be super cheerful and all of a sudden sound like I'm depressed. So I tried not to be super cheerful so that it's easier for me to maintain that, voice. So mad props to those that actually do voiceovers and use different voices. It's not easy. And for some reason, I'm an idiot for some reason. The biggest struggle I had was I wrote a script. So I'm reading the script on my computer screen. But for some reason, every time reading it and I'm doing the voiceover, I start adding lib. That's what actors do. They, on a scene, they try out little, like, different wording, they try out different phrases, which is fine. If they ad lib, the director likes it, they keep it or whatever, right? Oh, I like that, let's do that again with those words. Like, that's what ad lib means, basically, in the acting world or voiceover world. But I can't ad lib this in my life, let's put it that way. If I deviate from the script I wrote and start adding lib, for some odd reason, it might sound better, but for some odd reason, I catch myself doing it. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't read the script. And I stop talking altogether, and I go, blah, 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 blah. So, no. So, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I went to IKEA with Kat, weeks and weeks ago, like 2-3 weeks ago, to buy a frame for the beautiful thing she printed for me. And we thought this room would be good enough, but I just tried. Unfortunately, it's too small. Just a smidge. So, I'm not wasting this frame, because this frame is still good for photos. So, I'm just going to frame something and move this lemon tea box. I'm going to frame and put a picture up here, too. So, not a big deal. I don't have to go to IKEA, because as I was going through some of my junk, I have these 2 frames down here that I got that I was going to put my pins and stickers on. Like, put a cardboard piece in the frame and then put stickers on. But It looks really big, I know, but I realized when I was having a look, hold on. Come on. Oh, I'm struggling, yeah. When I was taking a look, yes, it's too, if I use the whole frame, it's too big, but if I use the centerpiece right here and keep this border, it is absolutely a dead-on perfect. So we were wondering why it was so hard to get the exact dimensions. It's because IKEA didn't have it. So honestly, a good way to get picture frame is probably order on Amazon, but this is an alternative. I'll have a nice border around it and this black frame, so you know what? It'll look really good. This new site I have been using is called On Demand Korea. The only main reason why I start using this is because for some reason the last drama, I think it is. No, almost, yeah. Anyway, I'm getting lost track of one of the dramas part of my Kim Sun-ho marathon is not available on Viki for some reason. It's the only one, literally only one. So I was looking through it and On Demand Korea has it, but the ads, the amount of ads that play is ridiculous. Like, Viki has ads if you're not subscribed or you pay, but it was never that bad. This site is just terrible. And what's worse is that it plays 6 ads every ad break, and there's probably an ad break every 20 minutes. So an episode's an hour long, so that's 5 breaks, if I'm doing math correctly. I can't, because right now I'm not functioning properly in my brain. So, and then there's at least 5-6 ads, and you know what the funny thing is? All 5 ads are identical. It's all 15 seconds of this stupid Mazda commercial that I'm like, I don't even drive a Mazda, so I don't know why it keeps showing me this. Or sometimes I get BC Hydro ads, so it's like, what's going on? So the reason why I didn't subscribe to this site is A, I don't need a subscription, that's going to waste a lot of money, and finally B, this site's not that great. Like, half the stuff that's on Viki isn't even on here. For some reason, Catch the Ghost, the drama I'm watching, is called Catch the Ghost. It's the only one that I need to watch is on here. I should do some research into it, but I'm 90% sure I'm not going to subscribe to this streaming service. It's just not worth it. Unless it has a few things I want to watch. Let's put it this way. If there are at least 10 things on here that I want to watch, then I'll probably subscribe. I can always get rid of my Disney Plus. There's nothing on Disney Plus for me to watch. But yeah. So I'm going to watch an hour of Korean dramas with basically one episode, or half of 2 episodes, because I'm finishing up another episode I started yesterday. But yeah, so I'm going to end the week here. Sorry for the lack of content, but hopefully next week will be better. Probably not. We'll see. But yeah, I'll see you all next week.